I've talked about this topic before, but I think I did it like on stream a couple months ago, or like a month or so ago. So if you've been in streams, you probably heard this before, but I just wanted to make this into a video because it's such a good concept to talk about. But I think a lot of us aren't really over our childhood traumas and the way we were raised. By no means were my parents like bad to me or like traumatized me in a way where I'm like can't get through life or I had a lot of bad things happen to me and I'm like viewing life in a different way because of it. That's not the case. I think the world just makes you realize things and that's the way I that's why the way I am now. But there is certain things they did affect and influence, like certain habits and things, traits that I tend to do without realizing it because it's so subconscious. And this isn't a knock on their parenting or anything because, like I said, I mean, it's almost impossible to be a perfect parent. It's almost unheard of, right? There's going to be something that happens. Like, you can be an amazing listener, you can be an amazing teacher, but you might have emotional problems when it comes to holding your anger. Like, there's so many different ways that you could uh, parent. So like there's gonna be slip ups in specific areas. You're not gonna get 100 across the board all the time. But using myself as an example, I noticed like when I'm doing certain things, I panic over things that I shouldn't really panic over. Like I kind of overthink it a lot. Like I was taking a shower the other day, and this comes from just being like super like I don't know. I'll give you the example, right? So this doesn't happen anymore, but this is one of the easiest. I guess you could not even a trauma, but just something that I've noticed I do. I used to ask. My dad has always taught me lock the doors when you go to sleep, when you're home alone, when whatever. Always lock the doors. And I'm not talking about just lock the door, call it that. No, lock the door, lock the screen door, lock the back door, lock both windows, lock the upstairs windows. Put an iron gate around the house. Like he really invested into us to take security seriously. From a young age, I've always known lock the door, don't check the door. Who's this? Who's this? Don't answer the door after 3 o'clock or after 12 o'clock, whatever the case may be, right? Just don't answer all this stuff, right? So occasionally I'm gonna lock him out the house. That's just how it happens. Like you can't tell me to lock the door, this is this. He might have forgot his key this day, and I locked all the doors. I might have accidentally locked the screen door, and he had his key but couldn't get in because the screen was locked. So yeah, I've locked him out the house sometimes. And granted, to his understanding, you would be a little irritated if you got locked out of the door, if you got locked out of the house constantly. And he's banging on the door. He's open the door. I'm opening the door. I'm sleeping. He got locked out. Now he's upset. Now I'm in a weird situation, and it's just like a lot of stuff would happen. So I'm taking a shower, and my neighbors are pretty noisy. They're pretty loud. You hear thuds. The walls around here are very easy to hear. Like they're very thin and narrow. I live in an apartment for those who don't know, so you can hear thuds like very easily, even from outside. And I'm taking a shower. I keep hearing thuds and all that. I'm panicking. I'm running to go grab a towel. I'm running to the door, seeing is it at the door, this and that. If I'm sleeping and I hear thuds, I'm waking up panicking. Oh, did I lock the door? Like all type of stuff. Things that like, and it seems so minuscule in the moment. Like, bro, like what is he talking about? But it's like I just genuinely tweak out when I hear like when I think I forgot to lock the door, or if I think I locked the door in accident and someone's trying to get in, I start panicking. Cause I'm the kind of person like when I'm getting yelled at, it kind of just puts me in a bad mental space. And it's not like who cares? Like after a couple minutes, I'm good, but no one likes getting yelled at. So like if I hear any thuds and stuff like that, I just start panicking. And I say it's not necessarily a trauma. I don't want to use the word trauma and like trigger people who actually went through like actual trauma, like got chafed with knives and stuff like that. But it's like little things like that bother me. Like, and it's a whole. And I can't. That's just the first example that comes to mind. But it's a whole bunch of stuff like that I can't think of right now at this instant. But it's just I live my life in that bubble of, oh, I gotta do this the right way. I can't do it this way, or I just start panicking. And I'm starting to think like, what other things could I potentially fix? Because I'm doing this subconsciously. I'm not understanding. When I catch myself doing this, like, dang, bro, relax. Like, you're good. My dad went out of town for the weekend, and I'm still panicking about the doors being locked and stuff. I'm like, bro, relax. Like, it's not that deep. So, I know there's people out there who suffer more severe, far worse things, but I'm just looking and understanding that, like, there's little details in my life that make me who I am now because of things that happened or because of how I was raised. And that, like I said, it's not my parents' fault. It's me for being in that situation and not understanding like the lesson behind it, but instead trying to protect myself from the lesson, right? If I just took the lesson of, yo, keep the doors locked, that's a good lesson to learn. But, I might have overdid it and, overkilled, and now I got anxiety from any banging noises. But I just want to come in here and talk about that. It's just little things like that, like little details. Like I said, I wish I could give you guys some better analogies and examples, but that's just the first one that comes to mind. Like I said, these are things that I don't know I do. They're subconscious. So when I catch myself doing it, it's easier to point it out. But in the moment, I can't list any of them off. That's the only one I had in mind when I was started the concept I did for this video. But yeah, work on your traumas, work on yourself. Understand that that's all in the past. You're a whole new person. Things change, things progress forward, and don't keep living in the past. So with that being said, appreciate you guys. I'll catch you next upload. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll catch you later.